Series 109 is on the air with you for some more fun, some more excitement, some more historical baseball, presented by Other Park Baseball 20, our favorite game engine. And we bring together, in a Field of Dreams type of atmosphere, two more teams from baseball history, and got another good one. It never fails to intrigue with the matchups we get. And this time we start with a 100-win team from 1961, the Detroit Tigers. Not often we get a 100-win team, and especially one that did not make the postseason. I don't know how many teams in baseball can say that. They finished second in the American League behind the mighty Yankees. And the Tigers of this day were very good, and just didn't get their chance at glory, and maybe they'll get a chance here. Some of the names, the offense really led by Norm Cash, who hit 41 and drove in 132, hit 361 in an amazing year for Cash. Some might forget just how good he was, 1.148 OPS, MVP type numbers for Cash. Rocky Colavito there hit 45 bombs, drove in 140. So those two guys alone over 85 home runs, and he hit 290, scored 129 runs. And the great Al Kaline, 324, and just a wonderful all-around player Kaline was. He had 116 runs and 190 hits. So those three bats and players, just can't say enough about what havoc they can cause and what a good year that they had. Reason why they won over 100 games. Bill Bruden there, also in the outfield, playing the navigating center field. Chico Fernandez, the shortstop. And Dick Brown, the catcher for most of the season. He hit 266 with 16 long balls. Jake Wood with 14 triples. So leave it to Cash, Colavito, and Kaline for some excitement. Dick McAuliffe as well off the bench there. And the pitching arms led by 23 game winner Frank Lary. He had a Cy Young type award season, 22 complete games, 4 shutouts. Struck out 146, and Jim Bunning struck out 194, did him even better. Also an ERA and won 17 games in his 268 innings of work. Don Mossy, a very good year, 15-7 at 296. Paul Foytak got 20 games started and rounds out the starting rotation. Terry Fox, a nice bullpen arm there, and Phil Regan, a famous bullpen arm, the Vulture, had a higher ERA, however, at 5.25, was still finding his footing. Did log 120 innings, however, with 16 starts. So Larry, Bunning, some very good arms. The lineup we've talked about, the 61 Tigers team, very, very formidable, very, very good. It'll be interesting to watch them play it out against their opponents from 1957, similar era, the Cincinnati Reds. Another pretty good team. The Reds won 80 games, lost 74, even though their Pythagorean record, which goes by runs scored and allowed, was flipped. They only won 74 games, and actually they allowed more runs than they scored. So maybe the record was filled with a little bit of good luck. But either way, there wasn't a postseason run. They were fourth in the NL. And the big star here for the Reds is 21-year-old sensation Frank Robinson. Came onto the scene, hit 322, 29 home runs, just starting his iconic career. So it'll be fun to see Robinson as a youngster playing out there in left. Dan Hope, 293, hit 19 homers, drove in 89. Wally Post with 20 homers, 74 RBIs. And Ed Bailey, a very, very good catcher. 20 home runs from the catcher spot and a good defensive player. Johnny Temple hit 284. And Gus Bell, not a bad hitter in center field. Smokey Burgess, the more veteran catcher on the bench, also got over 200 at-bats. For the Reds on the mound, a little bit of mishposh over here. Brooks Lawrence got 32 starts, the most on the team. He was 16-13, had a very good year. Along with Hal Jeffcoat, who had a losing record and the ERA a little bit higher. Joe Nuxhall, 10-10. He started in 28 games, ERA in the upper fours. Don Gross, Johnny Klipstein also got a number of starts. Hirsch Freeman, maybe the closer, if there you could say one back in those days, but the rotation not consistent, not stable. Only three guys got over 25 starts, actually over 20 starts on the year. So the three-man top of the rotation got most of the work, which again isn't all that odd for the 1950s. But either way, the Reds not a terrible team. They were called the Redlegs back then. People didn't like to use the term Reds back in the 50s. So they were called the Redlegs for a little while, and the Redlegs will give it a shot here against the very formidable 1961 Detroit Tigers, a great team that maybe not everybody can recall or didn't realize how just pretty dominant the Tigers were that season, even as the Maris Mantle Yankees were running away with the pennant. We're ready for some action, and we're ready to see how this plays out. Looking at game one, we got Brooks Lawrence of the Reds facing Jim Bunning to open up the series. So Frank Robinson and the Redlegs ready to take on Al Kaline and the Tigers. It should be an exciting series. It will start off in Tiger Stadium. We're the favorites. The Tigers will try to get a foot up here on the Redlegs. So I think we're in for another very good series. They all have been very exciting, and hope you're anticipating and excited about all the matchups that we're getting just as much as I am. Enjoy bringing it all to you. So let's start with game one as the Detroit Tigers from 61 face off against the Redlegs of 57. So off to 1961. We're here at Tiger Stadium, top of the second inning. George Crowe up there facing Jim Bunning. Nobody out. And Crowe is going to start the series off in the right way for the Reds. A solo home run into the upper deck. What a shot by Crowe. It's 1-0 Reds. That one leaves the park at close to 400 feet. And Bunning left one over the zone, and the Reds took advantage. So we'll move to the fourth. Still 1-0. Bailey now up there with 2 outs. And Bailey's going to go deep to right field. That ball's got carry. That ball's going to go. Second home run for the Reds. The catcher goes the long route. And it is 2-0 Redlegs as we are very, very early in the series in the ball game. But the Redlegs already showing their muscle. And we are moving to the bottom of the fourth with Rocky Colavito up there facing Brooks Lawrence with the man on. And this is hit short. Relay and play will be made. A double play, 6-4-3. McMillan with a nice play. The turn 2. We'll move to the fifth with Dan Hoke up there and the man on second. And Hoke will go to right field. That's going to get down. Kaline won't get there in time. And we have a RBI double by Hoke. It is 3-0 now. Redlegs as they have jumped on the Tigers here in this opening game. 4-0 as we move to the sixth. Brooks Lawrence has been wonderful on the mound, allowing no runs so far. Here's Steve Burrows up there with nobody out. And Burrows looks like he's going to end the shutout. Deep to left. That gets over the wall. So Burrows, an unlikely power source here. He gets a home run to cut the lead to 4-1. And Al Kaline comes to the plate with a man on first. 1 out. Kaline will hit a single here to left field. So 1 out. Rally here now going on for Detroit as they try to get back in this game. Nick McAuliffe at the plate. New pitcher is Don Gross for the Reds. And this is hit to first. Nice play there. Throw to second, however, ill-advised, will not get a man. And we got the bases loaded here after a mistake. Crowe probably should have taken it to the bag. He went to second. The play was not made. And Dick Brown now with a huge opportunity against Don Gross and the Redlegs. Bases loaded, only 1 out. And this one's hit deep to left, way back there. Do you think it's going to stay in the park? No. Grand slam. Brown takes it over the wall, and the Redleg mistakes have come back to haunt him here in the sixth. 5 runs on the board. We move to the 8th, now 5-4 Tigers as they storm back to take the lead. Ron Klein now at the plate facing Frank Robinson. We're in the 8th. And Robinson will rip a single to left field, so he gets on as the leadoff hitter here in the 8th inning. Here's George Crowe. Crowe will pop it straight up in the air. High pop-up coming in the second baseman to make the play there. McAuliffe's got it. 1 out for Wally Post. Post will strike out swinging as he was going for the fences there. So Klein with a nice strikeout, and now he's facing Smokey Burgess here with 2 outs, and Burgess puts a charge in the one deep to right. It's not going to carry, however, making the plays K-line. So the 1-run lead remains for Detroit as we move to the 9th. And Bailey up against Terry Fox. Shift is on. Bailey pops it up to left, however. Coming on in, play there is Colorado. 1 out for McMillan. McMillan, the third diving play there. Wonderful play, but the ball cannot be scooped by the first baseman. Cash is going to get an error on that play, and McMillan will go to second. So the Redlegs have the tying run on second with 1 out. And Bob Thurman now with a chance to tie this game. Thurman strikes out. They got him swinging on that pitch. And Fox now 1 out away from ending this ball game. Johnny Temple, the hitter, tying run on second, 9th inning. And this is line to second, but right there is the second baseman, McAuliffe. And the Tigers and their fans celebrate here in Game 1 as they take it 5-4 with a 5-run 6th inning. Turning this game on its head by the grand slam by Brown. A huge blow in this game that was all the difference in the final outcome. 4 RBIs, of course, for Brown. George Crowe 2 for 4 with a home run, but he did have a crucial error in this one. And Jim Bunning didn't pitch outstanding, but did enough to keep his team in it and get the win. He went 6 innings there, striking out 4. Gross gets the loss. Fox did the job in the 9th for the save. And again, the Dick Brown grand slam, the unexpected source of power, is the difference. So the Tigers break out in front in the series 1-0. We look now towards Game 2 as Joe Nuxall for the Reds takes on Frank Larry, the ace 23-game winner for the Tigers, as Detroit tries to scoop up the first 2 games at home and take a commanding lead in the series. The Redlegs hoping that they don't let a late one get away from them, and maybe they can tie things up. So let's head out again for Game 2 at Tiger Stadium. So live, Game 2. Chico Fernandez at the plate with 2 on here, bottom of the second inning. And Fernandez gets that over the first baseman's head. That's going to load the bases here for the Tigers in the second inning. Nuxall's in a hole here as Frank Larry's up there with only 1 out. Infield's in, but Larry's late on that pitch. Nuxall gets the strikeout. And Bill Bruden now with a chance. Runners going. Bruden deep to right. He got all of that one, and we have another grand slam for the Tigers. Bill Bruden with a long bomb to right. And Nuxall lets up 4 runs here in the second. We'll move now to the 7th, where Frank Larry's been pitching a job. Wally Post is the hitter with 2 outs here in the inning. 4-0 the score remains, and Post will hit this one deep to left. That one could break the shutout, and Post drills one to center field. 425 feet for Post to put the Redlegs on the board 4-1. We'll move to the 8th. Larry's still in the game, now facing the catcher Bailey, and Bailey will line a shot here to right field for a single to lead off the inning. 2 outs here for Johnny Temple. Bailey still on first. And that's hit to center field. That's going to be dumped in there. So first and second. McAuliffe the hitter with 2 outs. And Gross the hitter, and McAuliffe will single to center. It's a base hit here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Dick Brown the hitter, 4-1's our score. Brown deep to left. That ball's a charge on it. It is gone. Brown, who hit a grand slam in game 1, comes right back here with a 2-run shot in game 2 to make it 6-1. Dick Brown really putting on a show here in Detroit in game 1 and game 2. And Howie Koplitz is in there trying to close the door against Wally Post. 2 outs, 9th inning. Koplitz delivers. This is hit to second. Easy play there from McAuliffe. And the Tigers win game 2, 6-1. Do it in convincing fashion, showing just what a good team they are and how they managed to post 100 wins. Larry was deep into the 9th inning. He got the win, pitched brilliantly today. Dick Brown with 2 RBIs and another home run. And Bill Bruden with the grand slam in the 2nd inning that really turned the game upside down. 2-0 now. The Tigers lead as we move outside of Michigan. And we'll head to Cincinnati and Crosley Field. Don Mossey's going to face Johnny Klipstein as the Reds scramble here to try to salvage something. Looking at some of the numbers real quickly, like I mentioned, Dick Brown with 6 RBIs on those 2 home runs, driving in the majority of his team, and the pitching for the Tigers has been exceptional in the first 2 games. So the stage is set here for game number 3. We're in Cincinnati. Let's see if the Redlegs can recover as they play at home here against the Tigers. Game 3 coming up. So Crosley Field, game 3. We're bottom of the first. Gus Bell, Don Mossey. And Bell. Deep to right. This ball's got enough carry to leave the yard. Home run as Kaline lets at it go. Gus Bell, a solo home run for the Redlegs. And it is 1-0, now 2-0. Bottom of the 2nd with Johnny Temple up there with 2 on. Temple hits this one deep to center. That ball's going to get down. 2 more runs for the Redlegs. They now break it open here. It is 4-0 Cincinnati. Just the start they needed here in game number 3. Top of the 4th inning. Klipstein pitching to Norm Cash. And Cash. Deep to right. That ball's out of here. Norm Cash with the home run to right field. So the Tigers get on the board here. It is 4-1. There's Colavito. And Colavito goes deep the other way. This one to left. Over the wall. Home run back-to-back for the mighty Tigers. And it is now 4-2. As Detroit means business, it's 5-2 now. We move to the 7th. Tom Acker facing Chico Fernandez with the man on first. Fernandez will dump this one the other way. That ball's going to drop. Runner moving to third. He will make it. Brown is in at third base. So Fernandez with the hit. And runners on the corners for Jake Wood here, the second baseman. And Wood goes deep left. That ball's got carry. Will it go? Yes, it will. Tying home run for Jake Wood. Rips it over the left field wall. Another long ball for the Tigers. And we are tied at 5. The Reds have seen it collapse again. Here at home this time. And Frank Robinson now. We move bottom of the 7th. And Robinson drills it deep to center. That ball's got carry. That's going to go over the center field wall. Frank Robinson answers right back for the home team. Today might not be the day that the Tigers can foil these Redlegs. They come right back with their star 21-year-old, banging one out of the park in center field. 7-5. Here's Ed Bailey. Bailey's going to try to add to this lead. Deep to right. It's another home run for the Redlegs. Ed Bailey over the wall. 2-run home run. 9-5 Cincinnati. They've put an emphatic comeback here after the Tigers tied it. It's 10-5 now. We're in the top of the ninth. Jake Wood facing Raul Sanchez. 2 outs. Strike 3 there. Wood is down on strikes. Sanchez ends the game, and the Redlegs double up the Tigers. 10-5 here in Game 3. The baseball's flying out of Crosley Field. We saw 6 home runs in the ball game. Ed Bailey hit one of them. He was 1 for 3. Klipstein pitched 6 innings for the Redlegs. Did not get the win. Didn't walk anybody. And Frank Robinson with a big home run to center field. 2 RBIs. Just when the game was tied, he started that 7th inning 4-run rally. And Bailey came up just after that and hit another one. So the Redlegs refused to be foiled here in Game 3. They put themselves right back into the series and have a chance now to really make it interesting. If they can win Game 4 and tie things up, they have the opportunity with Art Fowler taking the mound, and Paul Foytak is going to oppose him, as the Tigers still believe they're in a comfortable spot. But Game 4 will say a lot about the direction of this series. Cincinnati coming back. The home team has won every ball game, so let's see if the Redlegs can keep it going. Game 4 coming up. Series 2-1 in favor of the Tigers. So top of the first here, bases loaded for Rocky Colavito against Art Fowler. And there's ball 4. So the Reds walk in a run here in the very first inning of this ball game to give the Tigers the early lead. 2-0 now. Move bottom with the second. Wally Post at the plate. Post will hit this one into the gap. That ball will get down. On the retrieve are the Detroit outfielders, but this is going to be a triple. And the Reds get on the board. It is now 2-1 here at Crosley Field, thanks to the triple by Post. Here's Gus Bell. Oh, we'll single this one all right. So that'll get down, and it is a 2-2 game now. All tied up at Crosley Field. We move bottom third. George Crow up there with a man on, and Crow is going to deliver that one into the gap. Man running off to third. He's going to hold up, so we got runners on second, third. 2-2 ball game. And Foytak pitching now. Here's the drive. That is carrying way back there, and that's going to be caught at the track. Colavito gets back there, and the game remains tied at 2. We'll move to the 5th. Steve Boros at the plate with a runner on second. Boros takes ball 4. And Colavito now, bases loaded. He lines it to left, way back. That's got some carry. That's going to go. Grand slam. Rocky Colavito here in the 5th inning. Yet another slam in this series, and that puts Detroit well up into the lead here. 6-2. Colavito with a crucial home run, just clearing the wall. 6-2 now, bottom 5. Frank Robinson up with runners on the corners. Robinson hits it fair down the left field line. That scores 1 run. So Frank Robinson helps his team respond here. It is now 6-3. Here's Crow with 2 on. Field's in, nobody out. He hits it to second. Easy play there for the first out. McAuliffe makes the play. Foytak now facing Post. 1 out. And that's hit deep to left field. Post got all of that one, fans. We have a tie game. The Reds come right back once again. After trailing this ball game early, they have come back now to tie it up at 6. A great game here from Crosley Field with both teams giving it their all. And Bailey now at the plate with a 1 out. And Bailey's going to go deep here, but there's an error. An error by Fernandez on the play, so the runner will be safe. Runners move second and third now for Roy McMillan. McMillan hits it to short. That play is going to be made by the shortstop. Fernandez makes up for his error with that out. We'll move now to Bob Thurman with 2 men on. Thurman hits it up the middle. That ball's going to be played by the shortstop. Nice play, Fernandez, to end the inning, prevent the go-ahead run from scoring. We'll move to the 7th now. Jake Wood facing Amore, who's on the plate. That's going to be a base hit to left field. Wood gets on here in the 7th. Bruden now the hitter. Bruden lines this one to center. That one, however, could be caught here. Coming in hard is Bell. He'll make the play. Boros now up there. Boros hits short. There's an easy double play by the Reds. So the Tigers can get nothing out of it. We move to the 7th inning stretch. Game tied at 6. Bottom of the 8th here, Smokey Burgess facing Ron Klein. And Burgess to center field. That ball's out there, but it's going to be caught. Bruden's got it. 1, 2, 3 goes Cincinnati. We'll move to the 9th. McAuliffe now the hitter. McAuliffe will take ball 4. Leading off this 9th inning. Brown now the hitter. Brown pops it up. That should be fairly easy for the center fielder. It is. Bell's got it for the first out. Here's Chico Fernandez. Fernandez hits this up the middle. That's a base hit. So first and second here for the Tigers in the 9th. Vic Wirtz the hitter. Wirtz hits it to second. This might be a 4-6-3. It is. The Reds turn the double play. And they have a chance now, bottom 9, to end this ball game and tie this series. Terry Fox, the pitcher, against Johnny Temple. This is hit to second, however. That play is going to be easy. McAuliffe makes it. And Hoke now the hitter. Hoke will hit this down the right field line, and that's a fair ball. So Hoke's going to make extra bases. He'll make it to second. Now moving, now holding up at second. But he is the winning run in this ball game. 2 on now for Crow. Crow hits this to center, but I think it's going to be caught. It will be. Bruden's there again for the second out. So Wally Post, who homered earlier, has a chance, and Post pops it up. And it's going to be caught. We are going to extras here at Crosley Field, tied at 6. 10th inning now. Bruden up there. Facing Hirsch Freeman. That's going to be lifted to left field. Play's going to be made there. Robinson's got it. Here's Norm Cash with 2 outs. Cash will hit this one too short. Shift was on. Play is made. The Tigers are down in the 10th. We'll move bottom of the inning. Gus Bell at the plate. And Gus Bell launches that one to left center. That's going to be extra bases. So Bell with a leadoff double, and a big chance now for the home team to try to win this ball game. Let's see if they try to move the runner. 2 on for Roy McMillan. Nobody out. Fox delivers. Strike 3. That's a huge strikeout for Fox. Here's Ted Klazuski, who's pinch hitting now. Cruz hits it to third. That play will be made at first. So the runners advance, but 2 outs now for Johnny Temple. Anxious moments here at Crosley Stadium. This one's lined to right, however, right at somebody, and the play will be made. The Redlegs squander their chance. We'll move to the 11th. Still tied at 6. Colavito at the plate. Colavito deep to center. That's playable. Here's McAuliffe. McAuliffe will strike out swinging. He's gone in a flash, and that'll end the 11th here for the Tigers. Bottom 11th as the game moves on. Don Hope, hitter. Hope hits it deep to center. That ball's going to be caught down there. Bruden goes all the way to the wall. Makes the play. Here's Crow with 1 out, 1 on. The Reds looking for a big hit to end this ball game. This is a base hit to right field. Runner moving to third. Ball is bobbled. We got men moving 90 feet. We got second and third. 1 out for Wally Post. Infield in. Jerry Staley's the new pitcher. When Post strikes out, a huge strikeout there. Post could not come through in the big spot, and now it's up to Gus Bell. Let's see if Staley can work out of it. Strike 3! They called this check swing, and the 11th inning is over. What a way to work out of it for the Tigers, and we're moving to the 12th. Both teams battling here. It's a 6-6 tie. Dick Brown is the hitter as we move to the 12th. The pitcher, and he strikes out Brown. Brown 0 for 5 now. Here's Chico Fernandez. He takes a walk. So Fernandez on first base here. Charlie Maxwell now the hitter. Maxwell hits this one to second. Play's going to be made there. The 12th inning is over for the Tigers. We move to the bottom of the 12th, still looking for a winner. Bailey the pitcher, or the hitter, against Hal Woodchick. There's strike 3 right on the outside corner, so the pitching here has turned it up a notch for both teams. Jay Hook, hitter here in the 13th, or in the 12th. Hook strikes out. We're moving now to the 13th. Tied still at 6. Bill Burden hitting for the Tigers. There's a base hit up the middle. Broken bat single there. Steve Boros now facing Jay Hook. Boros hits this one to right field, but that'll be caught. So neither team has scored since the 5th inning. Here's Norm Cash with a man on. Cash looks at strike 3. That was a great breaking ball, and there's 2 outs now for Colavito. Raul Sanchez now the pitcher for the Redlegs. Runner going. There's a throw to second. They're going to nail him. He's out. Steele does not work there with 2 outs, so we'll move to the bottom of the 13th. Johnny Temple, the hitter. Woodchick still in the game. Temple takes ball 4 on the 3-2 pitch. Good eye there, good patience. And Hope now is another pitching change. Manny Montejo is in. This is hit for the 4th out. So 1 out, 1 on for Frank Robinson here in the 13th inning. And Robinson goes down the line and left. That's going to be extra bases. Runner heading to third. He's going to try to score. Here's a throw to the plate. Not in time. He's safe, and the Redlegs have won the game. Great hustle there, and Frank Robinson's the one that gets the win here on an incredible run-scoring double. 13-inning final here at Crosley Field. The Redlegs pull it out 7-6 in 13 innings. Colavito 1 for 4 with 5 RBIs on the game. He had that grand slam early. Wally Post with 4 RBIs, and Frank Robinson 3 for 5, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs. And looking at the dramatic play again, it was Johnny Temple who turned it on all the way from first base to score the winning run in this ball game, and even more importantly, tying the series 2. The Redlegs have come back after that dramatic Game 4 win to tie this series. A lot of excitement here in this series as the home team has won all 4 of the ball games, and now the crucial Game 5 is still in Cincinnati and Crosley Field with Jim Bunning and Brooks Lawrence battling it out again as they did in Game 1. Teams trying to recover, bullpens trying to recover from that long game number 4, but Game 5 now makes it a heck of a close series, both teams with 2 wins. So let's continue the excitement and the drama as we head out to Game 5 from Crosley Field. So here we go, top of the first, Brooks Lawrence facing Colavito. That one shot down the right field line. That's going to get in there. Colavito is going to drive in the first run of the game. The Tigers knock off the rust from their extra innings game loss and get on the board here first, 1-0. Norm Cash now up there in the 4th inning against Lawrence. Cash obliterates that baseball over the wall. Home run for Cash, a solo job, and it's 2-0 now, Tigers. As they respond well here, George Crow now facing Bunning, who's been very good today. But Crow is going to line this one deep to right. That's going to leave Crosley Field, and it's 2-1 now as the Reds break up the shutout, and it's 3-1 now. We'll move to the 6th. Frank Robinson facing Bunning in a 2-run game. Robinson hits it deep to left. What a shot by Frank. Over the wall. Robinson hits another home run. He won the game last night. He's back again today. 3-2 now the score. Bottom 7th. Bob Thurman now facing Bunning. Thurman lines this one deep to right. That's got some carry, but it will be caught. K-Line showing off his speed and his positioning to make that play. 8th inning now for Boros, who's up there facing Hal Jeffcoat. 1-run ball game. This is a bounding ball that's going to get into center field. So the Tigers with the base hit. Colavito now at the plate. Colavito punches it over the first baseman's head, and that's going to get a runner all the way to third here with only 1 out. So a big spot here for the Tigers as K-Line has a chance against Jeffcoat. K-Line will strike out. 2nd out of the inning. A tough series for K-Line so far. Here's McAuliffe. McAuliffe will hit this one to left center. On the run out, there's the center fielder. He'll have it. Bell makes the play, so we'll move now bottom 8th. 3-2 ball game. Bunning still in the game. Johnny Temple, just as he did yesterday, gets a leadoff walk here at a crucial time. John Hoke now the man at the plate. Hoke hit this one to left field. That's going to drop in there. So 1st and 2nd. Nobody out. Big chance here now for that man, Frank Robinson. Bunning still in the game. Bunning to Robinson. That is strike 3. Bunning got him looking. A big strike out there. That's the 6th one for Bunning. Bunning finally calls it a day. Jerry Staley now facing George Crow, who's the left-hander. And Crow lifts this one deep to right on the run back there to make the play as K-Line. Runner will advance, and K-Line shows you how smooth he is out there in right. But Wally Post still has a chance now. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. This is hit to center field. Coming on hard as the center fielder. He'll have it. So the Tigers work out of the 8th inning after a tight spot. We'll move to the 9th. Brown now facing Bill Kennedy. That's lined to center field for a single for Brown. We'll move bottom 9th now. A spell at the plate against Nitschwich. Ron Nitschwich in to try to close the door for the Tigers. This one's lined for a base hit to right field. So an 0-2 pitch is whacked in the right. Bell's on first. Ed Bailey now representing the winning run. And Bailey will hit this one to left. That's not going to go anywhere. First out of the inning there, Colavito's got it. Roy McMillan now facing the switch. One's line down the line. That's a fair ball. K-Line going to retrieve. And it's going to be a tying double, it looks like. Yes, it will. The Reds have tied the game at 3. They've made the comeback. McMillan with an RBI double. Only one out still, and Smokey Burgess up trying to win this thing. And Burgess will go to second. Play will be made there. They just get him. But the winning run 90 feet away here for Johnny Temple. This switch is in the jam here. Can he get out of the inning? Or can Temple be a hero? This is line to center field. Base hit. Redlegs walking off again. Second game in a row, the Redlegs win at their last at bat, and this time it's Temple who singles up the middle. They win it 4-3, scoring twice in the 9th inning to fend off the Tigers who thought they had it. Indeed, they did not. What a ball game. Johnny Temple with the winning hit. Dick Brown was 2 for 3 for the losing side, and Jim Bunning pitched well with 6 strikeouts. He had a lead going for most of the game over Brooks Lawrence, but it didn't matter. 9th inning is when it did matter. That's when the Redlegs turned it on, and they won all 3 games at home in Cincinnati to take a 3-2 lead in this series and stun the Tigers, who looked to be in complete control going into Cincinnati, and especially in game number 5. They looked like they had it. But Cincinnati had other ideas. So now the pressure is at an all-time high here for the 100-win Tigers. They got 2 games left at Tiger Stadium. They must win both of them. The Redlegs got to take one. They lost both of them the last time they were here, but it seems to be a different team now. Cincinnati playing well, especially in the clutch. So game 6 now. Joe Nuxel is going to face Frank Larry. A rematch of Game 2. Can the Redlegs end this series and pull the upset, or will the Tigers force a Game 7? Everything on the line here. Let's not waste any time and get out to the action in Detroit. Can the Tigers tie this series, or will we end it after 6? So game 6, we're in the 4th inning with George Crowe up there against Frank Larry and the man on. And that's grounded into the hole in the left field. So the Reds first and second here with only 1 out for Wally Post. Post will hit this one to center. That's going to be caught, but let's see if the runner tags. Catch is made, runner's coming home, and the ball's cut off. So that's going to be an RBI as Robinson scores on the post-sacrifice fly, and it's 1-0 as Ed Bailey heads to the plate. 2 outs now. Bailey will shoot this one back up the middle. Runner's going to come around to score, and the Reds have got it on the board here first in the 4th inning. It's 2-0. Ray McMillan up there now. Runner's on the corner, still in this 4th inning. McMillan will get it through the hole. That's going to get through. Another run comes in. It's 3-0 Reds as they start putting the pressure on in this game 6. 4-0. Remember, the Tigers have to win this one. Nuxall pitching well. He's facing Bill Bruden now in the 6th. Bruden will go deep to right. That ball's going to leave the yard. Home run for Bruden. Solo shot. So the Tigers get on the board here in the 6th. It's 4-1. Colavito now at the plate. And Rocky goes deep, way back. That ball is launched deep into the night. Home run for Colavito. He has 3 in the postseason. What a bomb. Well, we'll move 8th now. It's 5-2. Vic Wirtz at the plate. Raul Sanchez is the new pitcher. This one's hit to first, but that's bobbled by the first baseman, so Crow makes an error. Here to lead off the eighth inning. Not a time for any errors. And here's Bruden. He launches one to center. On the run's the center fielder. He should have it. And he does. Steve Boros, the hitter now. Boros takes ball 4. So there are runners on first and second here. Norm Cash, the hitter, 1 out. And that ball gets away. So runners advancing here in the wild pitch. Representing the tying run is Cash here in the 8th. Only 1 out. But Cash will strike out, swinging a huge strikeout in this ball game. A little too anxious there, and Hirsch Freeman has come on to face Colavito. Colavito pops it up in foul territory on the run to make the plays, the first baseman. Nice play over there by Crow. And this game is moving all the way now to the 9th inning. It's 5-2. Freeman's still on there facing Al Kaline. The Tigers down to their last 3 outs. Kaline rips one to left. That ball's going to clear the fence. Solo home run for Kaline. Not the end of the world here for the Reds as they let up the solo shot. It's 5-3. McAuliffe now on a full count. Smashes this one all right. Way back there. That's going to drop up against the wall. Runner's going to make it all the way to third base. McAuliffe with a triple, and the Tigers trying to stay alive here. Here comes Dick Brown now. Don Gross is the new pitcher. Brown representing the tying run, and he launches one into the outfield. An RBI single by Brown. Still nobody out. What a comeback here by the Tigers. They're down 1 run. Chico Fernandez, the batter. Tying run on first, and this is lifted to left field, but should be playable. It is. Robinson makes the play. And Gross now facing Bubba Morton, who's the pinch hitter. He represents the winning run. Tying run is on first, and there's ball 4, so the game is on the bases now. First and second, 1 out. Bill Bruden, the hitter. Bruden will strike out swinging, so a huge out there. Gross gets him, and it all comes down to Steve Boros. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Gross delivers. This is hit to center field, but it's going to be playable, it looks like. Coming on over to make the catch. Whisenant makes it, and the Redlegs have won the ball game and the series. They pull the upset here in game number 6, and they pull the overall upset in the series. The Redlegs pulled out 4 straight victories after losing game 1 and 2, and they culminated all with a win on the road here at Tiger Stadium and knock out the 100-plus win Tigers of 1961. Joe Nuxall got the win. He was very good here in this deciding game. Rocky Colavito, home run, RBI, run scored. Frank Larry took the loss for the Tigers. Gross closed it out in the 9th inning. The Tigers made a valiant comeback there in the 9th, but just came up a little bit short. A 4-run 4th inning on the slam. Actually, 2 home runs in that inning was the difference in the backbreaker, and the series goes to the Redlegs, who pull the upset. Wally Post had 7 RBIs with 2 home runs. Frank Robinson, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. George Crow hit .296. Ed Bailey drove in 4. Pitching-wise, some decent bullpen work here by the Redlegs. Klippenstein went 6 innings of work with a 3 ERA. Brooks Lawrence, Joe Nuxall, decent, but especially later in the series. Some of those numbers are inflated from the first 2 games for the losing Tigers. Colavito hit 3 home runs, 8 RBIs with a strong average. Norm Cash hit 2 homers. Dick Brown with a grand slam earlier and hit .261 in the series, but was rather silent as the series went on. Pitching-wise, Frank Larry 1-1 with a decent ERA. Jim Bunning, 1-0 in his 13 innings of work. And some of the arms in the bullpen struggled for the Tigers, especially as the series moved to Cincinnati and moved on from there. So the MVP looks to be Frank Robinson. That's where they're going. Don't have too much of a problem with that. Robinson had 8 hits and 26 at-bats, 2 homers, 5 RBIs, .654 slugging, 3 doubles in the series. The young Robinson, full-fledged star here for the Redlegs. So the upset took place in 6 games. Congratulations to the 57 Redlegs, who upset the 1961 Detroit Tigers to move on. Out of the Park Baseball is our game engine. This one's a wrap. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're enjoying all of our matchups. This was Series 109. More coming to you shortly. And again, the 57 Redlegs knocking off the 1961 Detroit Tigers. So long.